In this diagram, you see it is the external carotid artery from its beginning to the termination, and these are the branches of this external carotid artery. Now the first branch that arises from the anterior aspect of this external carotid artery, it is the superior thyroid artery. In this diagram, it is the heart bone and it is the thyroid cartilage. Between the heart bone and the thyroid cartilage, there is a membrane, that is the thyroid membrane. Above the heart bone to the tongue, this is the hyoglossus muscles. We have learned the muscles in the tongue. Now the superior thyroid artery takes origin from the anterior aspect of the external carotid artery just below the tip of the greater cornu of the heart bone. This artery runs downwards, forwards and the medially towards the upper pole or apex of the thyroid gland. Basically, name indicates this superior thyroid artery is the one of the major artery of the thyroid gland. At the apex of the thyroid gland, it divides into the terminal branches and supply the thyroid gland. Its terminal branches we will discuss in the thyroid gland. Now in this region from above to the apex, this superior thyroid artery gives 4 named branches. The first branch, it is the infraheart artery. Name indicates it takes origin below the heart bone and anastomosis with the infraheart branch of the opposite side. It is the infraheart artery. Then it is the superior laryngeal artery. This is the superior laryngeal artery plus internal laryngeal nerve. This superior laryngeal artery runs along with a nerve. This is the nerve, and this nerve is the internal laryngeal nerve. Internal laryngeal nerve. This internal laryngeal nerve, it is a branch of the superior laryngeal nerve. Superior laryngeal nerve. The superior laryngeal nerve divided into the internal and external laryngeal nerve. The superior laryngeal nerve, it is a branch of the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve. So, this internal laryngeal nerve along with this superior laryngeal artery in this diagram, this structure, pierce this thyroid membrane and enters into the laryngeal cavity, and they supply the larynx. Internal laryngeal nerve, it is the sensory nerve. It is the sensory nerve. It will come in the larynx. This internal laryngeal nerve supply the larynx above the vocal cord, above the vocal cord. This internal laryngeal nerve and this superior laryngeal artery supply the larynx. Nerve supply the sensory, while it supplies the vessels. Blood supply, it is the superior laryngeal artery. So it is the important relation. The thyroid membrane is pierced by the superior laryngeal artery. The superior laryngeal artery is a branch of the superior thyroid artery along with the internal laryngeal nerve and supply the larynx above the vocal cord. Now the third named branch, it is the sternomastoid branch. Sternomastoid indicates this superior thyroid artery also supplies the sternomastoid muscles. And another unnamed branch, it is the cricothyroid artery. This fourth. This cricothyroid artery anastomosis with the cricothyroid artery of the opposite side and supply the surrounding structures and the muscles. So these are the 4 named branches of the superior thyroid artery along with the terminal branch that supply this thyroid gland. Now the important relation one, this superior thyroid artery runs along with the external laryngeal nerve. Here points to be remembered that its branch, superior laryngeal artery, runs along with the internal laryngeal nerve. This is the internal, while the superior thyroid artery runs along with the external laryngeal nerve. This external laryngeal nerve, what is the importance of this external laryngeal nerve? This is a branch of this one, and it is a motor branch. It is a motor, that is the sensory, it is the motor, and it supplies only one muscles of the larynx, that is the cricothyroid muscles. Cricothyroid muscle, it is the muscle of the larynx supplied only by this external laryngeal nerve. Rest of the muscles of the larynx are supplied by the recurrent laryngeal nerve. Recurrent laryngeal nerve. This is also a branch of the vagus nerve. It is also a branch of the vagus nerve. So, the superior thyroid artery runs along with this external laryngeal nerve. Now, the important relation is that away from the thyroid gland, these both structures are close to each other. Means the superior thyroid artery and the nerve, external laryngeal nerve, are very close to each other. While close to the thyroid gland, they deviate from each other. The artery is the superficial, while the nerve passes the deep and supply the muscles. So, in thyroid surgery, to ligate this superior thyroid artery, it is ligated. This artery is ligated close to this gland. Why? Because to prevent the injury of this external laryngeal nerve. Because away from the gland, these structures, both structures are very close to each other. That is the artery, superior thyroid artery, and the external laryngeal nerve. So, in the superior thyroid artery, there are two important relations. The relations of the external laryngeal nerve along with the superior thyroid artery, and the structures, that is the superior laryngeal artery and the internal laryngeal nerve. These are the two structures pierce the thyroid membrane and supply the larynx above the vocal cord. Now, after the superior thyroid artery, the next artery that takes origin from the anterior aspect, it is the lingual artery. This is the lingual artery. In this diagram, it is the lingual artery. This lingual artery is the chief artery of the tongue. This lingual artery takes origin just opposite the tip of the greater cornea of the hard bone. After its origin, it forms a loop, characteristic loop. The convexity of the loop is directed upwards, and there is an important relation at this loop. There is a nerve, that is the 12th cranial nerve, that is the hypoglossal nerve of the tongue, motor nerve of the tongue, crosses superficially to this loop. This lingual artery is divided into the three parts. This is the first, second, and the third. These are the three parts of this lingual artery. By these muscles, hyoglossus muscles of the tongue, divide this artery into the three parts. The second part, it passes deep to the hyoglossus muscles, rests on the middle constrictor of the pharynx. And the third part, it runs in front of the anterior border of the hyoglossus and rests on the genioglossus muscles, that is the another muscles of the tongue. This third part is also known as the deep lingual artery. Deep lingual artery. Now, from the first part, there is only one branch, that is the suprahyoid branch takes origin. And this anastomosis with the suprahyoid branch of the other side and supply the muscles of this region. From the second part, that is situated deep to the hyoglossus muscles, It is the dorsal lingual artery. These are the dorsal lingual artery. These are 3 to 4 in the numbers, and they supply the tongue. They supply the soft palate and they supply the tonsil. Now the third part. From the third part, it is a branch. That branch is known as the sublingual artery. This is the sublingual artery. And this sublingual artery supplies the sublingual salivary gland, as well as it supplies the floor of the mouth. Now this third part passes on the dorsal surface of the tongue up to the apex, and at the apex this lingual artery of the both sides anastomose with each other,